cakes. I've introduced this place before when I had a... Guys. Hi Jason. Evan, I saw you too. Am I back? I think I'm back. Voilà. Bon. How do I do it? Indeed, I do it like, today, usually I would have, it happened to me very often, hi Hypo, that I would have lunch and after that the cake, but I'm trying to reduce the quantities lately because that's part of the job, to stay fit. So I don't even feel like having a cake right now because I went to have tam tam men. You know that, guys? It's those noodles with minced meat, and usually it's spicy. I should have taken the spicy version, but the waitress introduced it as being so spicy that I took what they call the mild version, and it wasn't tam tam men enough to my taste because it wasn't spicy enough, but it was nice. So I put the picture, I think, on Instagram later on. I'm super lucky because, let me show you. See, I'm on the terrace. The weather is nice today. It's not too hot. It's a little bit windy, so super nice. Voila, that's my terrace today. Inside it's packed. Alors, attends, because I don't have the gimbal, and then I thought, I have an hour to kill, probably in between lunch and a meeting, so I should live stream to keep up with the good pace, right? Many of you have asked me, since I've started YouTube, I think I've had this question.
すでに蒸らしてありますので、すぐにお召し上がりください。
ありがとうございます。Hi, lady. I know that you are Caroline. I know, the matcha girl. I know who you are, Heiko. You're on Patreon, my dear, so... So I'm full from lunch. We want to try the melon shortcake here today. Another day, maybe. The cafe is called Herbs. You have a few in town. They all have the same selection of cakes, just amazing shortcakes. Like super big portions, but so light and so delicious, with lots of fruits. So I really love this place, but today the tam tam men won over the melon shortcake because it was full when I first came here. Voilà, so I ordered myself some... You can tell, guys, when I ordered this, not even a cafe au lait, means that I am in what I call my detoxing times, periods. Such a nice color. Because I've had to, after, yes, it's a nice kettle, right? After that 8 days gourmet tour, I don't know if the persons I took around will watch this, but oh my god, I really needed to detox after that because it's been a real gourmet tour. So nice, but like a lot of food and a lot of alcohol, even if it was in small quantities, the alcohol. So all of you have often asked me how I stay fit. It's not easy, I must say. I'm just checking out your comments, guys. JK, you will soon be in Tokyo. I was wondering if we should actually do a live stream. That crossed my mind this morning, but we can discuss this. Itadakimasu, guys. Hibiscus, hibiscus. Nice. Oh my god. This is good. Hi, Padasya. You want to go back to eggs and things? Oh my god, eggs and things is so good, right? And I want to go back there to enjoy the terrace and see what kind of pancakes they have right now, right? JK, I was thinking that maybe our friends here would love to meet you live. That might be something we could do, right? Going to have that big, yeah, it's huge pancake again, right? I don't know what pancakes they are doing right now there, but I mean, if I have the pancake there, I can't have dinner in the evening because it's just so huge, right? Voila, voila. So guys, today I'm going to have explained already, just, given some hints about my, let's say, how I manage not to get super fat, which is not always easy because I can tell you, some people tell me, hey, you don't get fat. It's not that I don't get fat. If I wouldn't be careful about what I do, hi Trek, like first exercise a lot, I would be fat, guys. I should do, a collage with pictures of me when I say it was a Shiawase Butoli. Means the fattening happiness, Shiawase Butoli. I think the translation would be fattening happiness, which is so nice, right? But hi Brooke, ohisashiburi, long time no see, live. Walking good, yes. So, shall we start, Fang? Heiko, yes, lots of calories in alcohol. So, the thing is that when you're 20, you don't need to do so many of those things quite yet, because I think we eliminate more easily. I think that I'm lucky because I've always exercised. That's one thing. I've also always eaten a lot. I love to eat. I love to drink too. I've reduced quantities drastically 3 years ago. But okay, this is not how maybe I should explain that. But I think that in my case, there are 3 things. Yes, I walk a lot. I'd rather take the stairs than the escalators. Hi, Adrian. I'd rather walk the distance of 1 or 2 stations instead of taking the train. So that's one thing. I walk a lot every day. I think I do at least, the strict minimum is, let's say, between 5 to 8 kilometers, but my average is 10 kilometers. Not always carrying wine, guys, which adds, that's some weight training I'm doing, right, when I carry wine. But also I do exercise. It's been harder for me these last 2 years because I have a bad knee. So sometimes it hasn't been easy to exercise because I could not exercise. But even when somewhere is not right in my body, let's say, I always do yoga, which is their movements, just the simple fact of stretching, I think, helps your body, regulates your body and helps all, the blood circulation, everything. So if at least you stretch, I think it helps you not accumulate too much fat, I think. Of course, it also depends on how much we eat. And in my case, that the main difficulty is that my job, and I say this as a joke very often, that my job is to eat and drink good things. But it's half a joke. It's also reality because, sometimes I don't want to eat, especially because now it's not only good things. When I have to try stuff and for customers, and I go out from those tasting meetings, and sometimes I taste really bad stuff, and like stuff with lots of chemicals, and which I don't like. Hi, Brigade. Hajimemashite. But I'm lucky because my passion, which is eating since I was a kid, and then also drinking since I've been an adult, has also become my job. So it's half a joke because eating and drinking is really my life and my passion, right? But it's also my job now. So the thing is that I get many opportunities to eat outside, to eat super nice stuff. And it's really, a large variety of things. It can be Japanese, it can be French, it can be Italian, Chinese, and it can be from downtown super super casual eateries to 3-star restaurant, Michelin restaurants, right? So it's really a large variety of restaurants. But usually, when I eat at restaurants, of course, I also drink alcohol because I'm not on my own. Even on my own, you always like to have, I think, one drink to just, relax. So that means a lot of calories, right? That dinner the other night was incredible. You must be talking about the sushi restaurant, aren't you? Oh my God, that dinner is going to be one of the memorable dinners I think I've had recently. I think it's actually the best dinner I've probably had in a month, that's for sure. That was amazing. The wine selection was amazing, and I was with really interesting and fun friends. So, oh my God, we loved so much. It was so nice. And the sushi was really great. The wine's amazing. So, to be able to enjoy evenings like that, I have to compensate and to take a balance. So as I've told you many times, what you see on Instagram is not what I do every day, because if I would eat like this every day and drink like this every day, I think I would be fat even, or I would have to exercise a lot, which I can't now because of my bad knee. But still, I exercise, my average I think is 5 days a week. Sometimes it's like really, exercising and doing abs and, some with weights and stretch and, lots of things, and really, I sweat, and it's really a good exercise. Sometimes it's less, it will be more like gentle yoga, more like stretching, but it's every day. And I think that, when I don't really have the time, at least I exercise minimum 20 minutes to 30 minutes in the morning or in the evening, and I think that it helps too. When I have a big dinner, then I go back home, time that I, get there, take care of the babies, then an hour later I can do some stretch, then take a shower, and, I sleep better. And also I think the body appreciates that you don't sleep right away to make the fat, because that's how you end up making fat, right? But also, when I'm on my own, what you don't see, and I don't think you want to see, because you will be thinking, this girl is boring, I've told you before that when I'm home, I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Like today, I thought, okay, I'm going to do a late breakfast here at Herbs and have the shortcake. So I didn't have breakfast, okay? Now that I had, let's say, I haven't had sugar today, maybe, tonight I know that I'm going to be able to have a normal dinner, right? What are you talking about, guys? Japanese food is, oh yes, it's so delicious. Also, what I do is that sometimes, as a femme of a certain age, I think that at every age, stretching is really the key, and I had never stretched in my life until I started yoga. That was 12 years ago. Oh my god, that changed my life, because it made me realize that with yoga, I think you get conscious of parts of your body and muscles that you didn't even knew existed before. And to me, that was really amazing. And when I was doing yoga really seriously, like 2-3 times a week, an hour to an hour and a half, oh my god, I've never been so fit. And like super nice skin, super abs. Like, I mean, I had the six-pack, no fat, because yoga is really good, you know, not only for the body, for your mind too, right? So you eat rice every day. As for the foods, when I'm out, I don't really think about what I'm going to eat, because I compensate when I'm home. Why do I eat lots of vegetables and fruits when I'm home? It's because when I'm at the restaurant, I eat whatever I want. That's how I like to function. I know that some people who go to the restaurant a lot will pick, for example, rather the fish than the meat, and don't take a dessert, etc., etc. When I'm at the restaurant, I don't want to think about calories, about, to me, tomorrow is another day. My health in 20 years is another thing, right? But then, when I'm home, to compensate, this is why I eat lots of fruits and vegetables, because they are healthy, and I feel that my body appreciates that, right? Alors, Tricia, thank you. Alors, aquatics for exercise, I think actually dogs have been recommending me that since I've been a kid, because I have some back problems. Yes, many problems, guys. But we have to live with it, right? So I never think about those things. It's very good, of course, but I must admit that the first years when I lived in Japan, I used to go to the pool. I'm not going anymore because I don't like going to the pool. To me, it's just super mendokusai. A mendokusai means like it's a pain to go to the pool, just to go there and then have to change into my swimming bath, and also just the water. I don't want to, I'm not going anymore, but I know I should be going. Yes, I know, Brooke, that is good. That's the best of sports, I hear, but I'm not going anymore. Voila. Sometimes Western food is a good change. Yes, it is. So as I was saying, Jennifer, looking at the menu like cheat day, oh my god. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, when every day is cheat day, how do I manage not getting oversized, right? I have some so apart from taking, why do I know, when I overdo it, when I eat too much, when I drink too much, which is not so often the case now, because I've really reduced the quantities. It's not that I was an alcoholic, guys, but in my business, when you work in the wine business, you have the opportunity to drink amazing wines, and I'm not the kind who refuses a good wine, right? I was going to wine dinners almost every evening, and 3 years ago I started just getting tired. Hi Nash. So I realized that I had to have at least one day during the week without drinking alcohol, which was hard, because talk to the people in my business, everybody will tell you, I don't know, I have to drink at least one glass a day, because this is how we are used to do it, right? And people, they don't even think about what in 20 years, and we have to take care of our health, right? but I had a prise de conscience, voilà. And how do you say that, prise de conscience? I realized that I think, well, something was wrong because I was feeling tired, and it's just because that I had to stop drinking and eating that much every day, because too much eating can be so tiring too, guys, because health, it comes from your digestive system, right? So when you eat too much, you feel sleepy, you feel tired, right? It's because all of your energy is centered here to digest what you've ingested, right? So I reduced, like I started days with days of alcohol, let's say, but I realized I wasn't actually eating much mini sweets until then, because there is sugar in alcohol, and I wasn't a big sweet lover, and I've started feeling like eating sweets since I've reduced alcohol. And the days when I don't drink alcohol, I feel like eating sweets, So I think that sugar is really a very dangerous thing, because it's everywhere. We don't even realize it. So I'm trying to be careful about that too. Yes, I know sweets are very good, but I try to have days of sweets too, because it's just super bad for the health, actually. And it's everywhere, as I just said, so I don't want to end up having diabetes in a few years, Okay, fang. Bon appétit, have a good dinner. Voilà. So when I go to the restaurant, very often I tell my friends, because they want to order, for example, vegetables, and very often as a joke I say, "Hi Jeff." I say, "Hi Jeff," and no, I say, restaurants are not the places where to order vegetables, because I eat so much vegetables at home that when I'm at the restaurant I want to eat the heavy stuff, the stuff that makes you get fat, because when I'm home I'm very careful about what I'm eating, and also the quantities are smaller, Yes, well, I think it's normal. Don't we want to indulge, ourselves in sugary things when we are tired, and you should. I mean, in those cases, I don't think too much, and when I'm tired sometimes, and especially when I do translation, because I use my brain so much, you need the sugar, right? So I don't think, oh my God, I shouldn't eat this. Because you need it, right? Salut, ça va? Voilà. Alors Japan has small food portions, yes, but I can tell you that when we do the dinners in the French restaurants, if you do this every day, you will end up being fat, because it can be a lot. It's lots of small portions, so at the end, you feel really full. So in my case, I know in general, when I've been overdoing it, because it's just, I know how, what I'm eating, right? One thing, I never weight myself with a scale. I don't need that, and I don't think that weight is relevant, because sometimes muscles, we weight. If you're a little bit fat and then you exercise and then the fat turns into muscles weight too. So maybe your weight won't change, which is my case usually, but I will be more, let's say, I will lose in volume, and because the body gets more firm, right? So I never weight myself, but I know with my clothes if I have put on weight or not. And I know myself anyways, so and I'm not a tall person, so 1, 2, 3 kilos is big in my case. Even 1 kilo, I know that I have to be careful. Brooke asked, homes in Japan have tiny kitchens. Does that sort of force people to dine out a lot? I don't think so. I think it's more that sometimes I feel sometimes it's actually cheaper to eat outside some dishes, because if you'd have to buy, especially when you're on your own, if you'd had to buy all those vegetables and the meat, sometimes it's better to eat it outside for a few hundred yens. It will be cheaper than if you cook it at home. Voilà. I'm just thinking, so the tips, I mean, what works for me is taking, it's not only on one day the calories you intake. I think it's more of, you have to think over a few days. I mean, I don't think it's good to feel guilty because maybe some days we are eating too much, and then, if the following day we can eat less, then, we can take a balance, right? So there is that, lots of fruits and vegetables at home, walking a lot, that's daily, exercising, even if it's lightly, but at least 20-30 minutes with 2 good exercises of at least 45 minutes to an hour per week. But moving my body at least 5 days a week. And this is plus all of the walking, because to me walking is not exercising, okay? Like, my friends, they tell me, yes, but you take Lisa and Charlie to the walk. To me, this is not exercising, because we have to stop every 5 meters, and it's not like we were running, right? Voilà. What else? Am I forgetting something? Then yes, I've told you, I think, before about what we call in French monodiète. Monodiète, because some people have been asked recently by a girl that I like very, very much from the French embassy. She was like, how do you do it? How come you're not getting fat? And I told her it's not easy, because I'm like everyone. Sometimes I'd rather watch TV than exercising. Yeah? I can be very lazy too, but I'm like, no, you have to, because I'm more, I've always been more worried about what's going on inside than of my appearance. Like, I think I prefer to see someone who's maybe a little bit overweight but looks healthy and happy, than being super thin and then inside you're all sick. You know what I mean? And my worry has always been, oh my God, what if in 10 years, 20 years, because I see so many people sick in the food and wine business, because they overdid it for so many years, right? And I don't want to get sick. That's my main worry. Lady, see you soon. Carrying the babies, no, it doesn't count as exercise. So sometimes I'm doing this less. I was really before, it was crazy. I had lots and lots, I'll have much more discipline before. I would do, let's say, once a month. It's called monodiète. I've told you about this before. It's when you eat from morning, lunch, tea time and dinner, or just but at least don't eat for 2 hours in between. You eat the same food. And you drink only water or hot green tea. Nothing else. First time I did it, it's a doc who recommended me doing this. That was something like 10 years ago, I think. And he told me, do this for 3 years, it will cleanse your body. And oh my God, through 3 days, and when it's the first time, and you have so many temptations, right? because it's like you're home and it's like you open the fridge and it's all there, you know. It was hard, and oh my god, 3 days I lost so much weight. Like, you would see my arms. I went to the NHK for shooting the following weekend. Everybody was like, oh my god, what did you do? You're so thin, and you know, wow, nice, what is your secret? And I think it was too much, maybe, for me. So now I do this only one day, and it helps me really, it reboosts my digestive system, because I think it's important to let our digestive system rest sometimes. And this is look at the cookie cupboard. Yes, Jason. I think that many people don't realize how how demanding they are with their stomach and their digestive system. This is why sometimes, you know, we don't know that, for example, we catch a cold, because, you know, it also comes from our diet, daily diet, you know, what we eat. That's super important, right? Hi, Britta. I wanted to write you. I hope everything is okay. Please give me some news. Brooke, I will write this in the description, okay? So you eat the same fruit. No coffee, no other teas, or just hot green tea or water. Then your body will get clean, and I can guarantee you that the following day, oh my god, you will wake up in the morning, you will feel so hungry, and you will really enjoy your breakfast. Because in my case also, why do I do this sometimes? I have to do this because my job is eating and drinking, and I'm also, you know, I'm a food critic, right? So if my tasting ability, how would you say, that gets bad, which happens sometimes, because you eat too much. So then your tasting buds just get all messed up, and you can't even appreciate the food properly. If you do a mono diet, you will, oh my god, you will be amazed. Or just like, you know, it makes me laugh when people say, because sometimes, you know, I have a super big lunch, I don't have dinner, because I listen to my body. My stomach is not even crying for food. I'm not hungry. Why should I have food? I'm an adult. I'm not, you know. Kids, they should eat, I think, regularly, but adults, we have. And when I've eaten 3,000 or 4,000 calories at lunchtime, what do I need a dinner? But some people, it's like, you have to have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they have dinner even if they are not hungry. And then they're surprised they get fat. I'm not surprised. You know, you should listen to your body. Alors Phil says, everyone's into fasting here. No food from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. Yes, but you know, this is... I've done that before, Phil. I don't call this fasting, because if you're eating, this is not fasting. I mean, you eat every day. So to me, this is not fasting. This is just spending... how many hours is that? But it's good. I know that you can lose weight doing that. I've done that when I had put on weight. I have to find those pictures. I had really like, you know, I wasn't fat, but to Western standards, I wasn't fat, but by Japanese standards, I was a little bit pochali. It's a diet. Here in Japan, they say don't eat after 4 until following morning. What you have to do, I think, is not eat for 16 hours, something like that. But keep in mind that you will be sleeping also. And if you have, let's say it's kind of a tea time or early dinner, and you eat properly, you won't feel that hungry in the evening. I've experienced that naturally. That was, I wasn't even trying to do a diet. It's just that I worked for a restaurant when I started working on my own. That was about 15 years ago. And I had, uh, by Brita, I had put on weight. And what happened is that I worked, when I started working on my own, I worked for a restaurant, and we would have, the restaurant food before the service, the makanai, as I say in Japanese. And we would have makanai at 4:30. So I would have the makanai before lunch at around 10:30. So I wouldn't have breakfast before going there. And then I would have what was supposed to be dinner or early dinner at 4:30. And I would get home at 8 or 9, depending on the days. So that would make 2 meals, right? And the thing is that I don't like to eat after 8 in the evening. It's something I've always been like that. And I would think, okay, and actually, at 8, I wouldn't feel hungry. And then if I would feel a little bit hungry at 9 or 10, I would be thinking, I'm sleeping in something like 2-3 hours. I'm not going to eat right now. I can tell you that naturally I lost weight. And then your body, I think it was hard at the beginning, because when your body is used to have 3 dinners, 3 meals a day, maybe, and you can get into that habit, or feeling hungry can actually be a good feeling, because then when you can eat, you enjoy the food so much more. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but when we are always eating so much, whatever we want, whenever we want, I think that we lose the appreciation of how blessed we are being surrounded by so much food, right? And also, it's just that the body, I think the body just can't take it, right? So as always, I'm talking a lot. I hope I gave you yes, I think the last thing I'm really doing is those mono diets sometimes. Of question, my zodiac, Capricorne. Strong-willed, I think we are Capricorns. Voila. In Japanese, they have this expression that says it's better to eat only 80% of what would fill your stomach. And I think that even in Nepal and many Buddhist countries, they say that it's better to not eat, how would you say that in English? Not eat all of you want, like, oh my god, so much. Like, if you would be, I think in our countries, we can be full. When 100 means we are full, we eat 120 or 130, even 150. We eat too much. In Japan, they have, this is in the culture says that it's better not to eat up to 100. And this is what I do sometimes, and I'm not putting this, maybe I will do this someday. I will do those detoxing times. But I'm not doing, like for a week, or I couldn't show you this, for many days, which might be interesting. And also I think that, like when I eat the avocado, some soy sauce, wasabi, or dressing, and voila. But sometimes I'm tempted to, put the picture and say, voila, dinner. See, this is why I'm not, I'm still in good shape, let's say. Like eating on Christmas Day, yeah, but it's not all year long, right, Phil, doing that? Voila, guys. I think that's about my, let's say, routine to at least try and be healthy, Because if you're not healthy, as I said earlier, it's not just about, okay, not being fat or whatever, because I know, overweight and even fat people who are super cute, and really, I'm like, wow, I prefer this person than the thin person who's not looking healthy, right? But the health, I think, is really my main concern, because I want to keep on doing this for a long time, I've seen some of my friends all of a sudden becoming having diabetes. I mean, you know what I mean, right? All of a sudden not being able to eat all of those things. So I think it's better and try and have a good balance, One last thing also I think I told before, but I think it's important, is that I don't eat processed food, almost no processed food, just when I do the live streams with you guys. But I don't, I like to make food from scratches. I've eaten a little bit more of processed foods these last years because of my job with Caldi, and now because of YouTube. It's recent, right? The junk food live streams. It's fun, but then you know what, guys? If I weren't a healthy, let's say, person, I could do this every day, and I would do food hunts, drink hunts every day. I don't, because it's too much for me. This is why, it's sometimes I'm like, oh my god, it's a pity, because if I would be doing this every day, we would have so much fun, right? But it's just that I can't, because I think I would get very, very tired if I were doing this, and I would probably get yes, I would get sick. Just remembering that's tomato beer. That's not beer. That's not even tomato juice. I thought about it yesterday. I thought, oh my god, do I buy it again to make a public live stream with that? I'm not sure. What I can do, guys, is that I have to check out what private stock we did. If it wasn't that private, or it's just heads up I gave you and it's okay, it's done now, I can make that live stream public and we can share it with the others, right? Yes, you become wiser a little, yes. Voila, guys, so I don't know if this is helpful, but it's just that I want to make clear that Jennifer is not all about eating and drinking. It's not. I don't know of a person for whom it's easy to stay fit while doing, working in a food and wine business. If we don't make some efforts at some point, we either get sick or, get fat or whatever. But it requires self-discipline, which I have, I think, well, so far. I wish my knee was better, but I'm working on that right now. Feeling better. So hopefully, I can do sometimes, oh my god, I wish I could go back to the gym and lift some weights as I used to do, right? But every time, even, very young people, sometimes it gets bad somewhere in your body. You hurt yourself and then you have to be careful for some time, right? My problem is that I'm always in a hurry to start doing those hard trainings again. So the herb tea is super good, hibiscus. I'm definitely not going to have the cake because yesterday I didn't have dinner actually. I was supposed to go and have dinner. I did not. I was tempted to do a short, food and drink hunt. And I thought it was already 9 and I thought, no, just go home and do a live stream tomorrow and you will wake up. And guys, I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Like I slept 5 hours. Oh my God, I was full of energy. So, I know really how my body reacts when I overdo it. So we're not having the cake today. I might actually do. Alors attends, yes, I do stretch, and I'm doing some exercises right now to put to muscle again the nose. No. Actually, I'm feeling pretty full right now because I didn't have dinner and I didn't have breakfast because I was supposed to have the melon shortcake. I'm going to put the picture. I had, the bout à main, the nikuman. Those stuffed buns, Chinese thing. And I had half-size tam tam men. It was a nice set. I will put a picture because it's a nice place. I think that the real tam tam men with really the spicy one is the one I should have next time. But guys, I might live stream tonight, or if not tonight, tomorrow, because I have a new unboxing to do. Because guess what I received again? I think the unboxing I did recently, you liked it. What was in there? Is it going to be death by durian stink again? Voila. So. 70% chocolate has minimal sugar, and I think that 70% chocolate, I would even say 75, if not 80, but 70% of chocolate inside dark chocolate is really the minimum. Yes, Jason, unboxing. I haven't opened the box. I opened the box. I haven't checked what's under. But oh my God. On top of it, it's really funny because it's durian chips, I think. Something like that. So I will taste it tonight or by Monday. I will do live. Alors attendez, hold on a second. I forgot that actually this weekend I'm super busy because I'm going to Fukushima on Sunday. We're going to have lots of live streams on Sunday and Monday, guys. Are you going to taste? Yes, I'm going to taste durian again. Make sure your windows are open. Yes, will do. Yeah. I had completely forgotten that it's this weekend. But I'm going on Sunday because Monday is a day off. And I'm going to Fukushima. There is some festival, something like that. So I'm just going for one night. I'm planning to live stream, of course. So not sure about the time yet, but I will try and put a notification. But you can expect a live stream on Sunday, that's for sure. Your wife got a durian cake after... I'm promoting. Your house stinks, I'm sorry about that. Seriously, guys, those sticks, they stunk so much. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take those to Kaldi. But part of me is thinking maybe people will hate me for doing that, right? Unless we have durian fans, right? The poor babies. It wasn't that bad, June. It's just that the smell was simply horrible. It stunk, really. But yes, it was really surprising because I ended up eating the whole stick, right? The taste wasn't bad. It's just the smell that is just so bad, right? So we'll see how those durian chips, and there are other things at the bottom. I don't know what it is, so I'm not sure when I will do this unboxing tonight, but it will be tonight or tomorrow, end of morning or at noon, because then I don't want to be behind, and also I'd like to know what's inside the box. So let's open it together, right? Alors, press 1 if you're Alors, so Ram says, I hope you're prone. Did you know, guys, that with the typhoon we still have lots of people who don't have electricity in France? When there is a big storm, it's pretty common that we don't have electricity. But hi, dear France. Phil, are you sure you wanted to spill the beans about that? About the freeze-dried kangaroo tails. Is it good? I will have to mention it with some beer, right? I won't have to cook it, right? In France, when you have a big storm, it's pretty common not to have electricity anymore, but here it becomes a really big thing because it's pretty rare, right? And I'm like, oh my god, this is the end of the world because they don't have electricity for one day. In France, it's so common, that I don't say that to them anymore because, I've grown up, let's say. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, just there are ways, and we have our mobiles now, so, and they can charge the phone anywhere, right? So, voila, guys. So, also the concept, Phil, Jason, and the others who watch on replay, you know that I try, Sean, to be respectful and kind, even if sometimes, I can be pretty blunt in what I say, but I try because I don't want to shock people, I mean, especially in Japan. Anjum, interesting question. What is the oddest thing I have eaten? I will start with the only thing I could not eat. I couldn't. Oh my god, you know what, guys? I just remember the smell, and and I remember the taste of others. How do you call those internal things, nice on it? Hi, Cam. It's super rare, but in Shimbashi, many. No, it's not durian, Jeff. I ate it. I had John sacrifice himself for the good of the NHK. I just couldn't do it, and he was there, and I was like, you do it, and he knew he didn't have a choice. In Shimbashi, there are all those, and I was there actually yesterday. This is why I was tempted to live stream, but they have those back street eateries, and at some eateries, Trip we eat in France, and I love Trip, Tulip Malais. It was more down there. Oh my god, I am not even sure I should. Guys, we don't have any trolls today. It's okay, we're not going to get weird comments, but okay. We tried. No, I don't remember what we tried, but it was pretty gross by my standards, because they would serve. I don't think we tried. Are you ready, guys? Are you? Sit. They had on the menu pig testicles, boiled pig testicles, Yes, they had, but what I couldn't try was the raw pig uterus. I said no. I was like, when it was, we were doing those reports, for Tokyo Eye with John, and we had been like doing Shimbashi for something like 3 days. Oh my god, amazing! That was so nice, so much fun. We were really at the peak of our career as reporters, I think, for the NHK. That comes, and I'm like, you're in. And John, especially at the time, so sweet and okay, anything. He would do anything at that time. Like, okay. And I was drinking my beer. I was like, no way I'm doing this. And you can see the Japanese people next table. They're like, oh my god, can he do it? Can't he do it? But I couldn't do it. So that's the weirdest, let's say, thing. It's just us, guys. You don't troll. Don't become a troll, please. Thank you, guys. I couldn't. And then, to me, what is weird that I can have, but I will never get used to, is because to me it looks like a rock. Sean, that is cute. Are you having remorses for trying to become a troll? Thank you very much for the tip in. What's the name? Because to me it simply looks like a rock. It comes from the sea, and it just doesn't look good. It looks disgusting, guys, to me, and it looks like a rock. And then they slice it. They serve this in sushi restaurants, and I can eat it. It has kind of koli, like it's a little bit. Voila, sea cucumber, guys. What is? It looks disgusting, don't you think? And I'm like, oh my god, the first human who ate sea cucumber. How did the person do that? Because that doesn't look edible at all, right? No, sea urchin doesn't look bad, I think. Yeah, it looks terrible, Jeff, I think, right? To me, that's maybe the weirdest thing. Now, it's not... is it weird? Yes. Another weird thing that we discovered with John again, that was when we were doing also another Shimbashi program. It was what they call it's like the name. It's called kusaya. And kusai means stinky. And kusaya is a fish that they make, I think they let it ferment for a very, very long time. And oh my god, it's horrible, the smell. But the thing is that if you like alcohol like me, natto doesn't smell, and it's a little bit, it might be surprising, the texture, but I love natto. It's good. I put it in omelets. I like to put it on avocado and with toasted bread. I like it. Kusaya, that fish, oh my god, that's wow. It's like, maybe 500 years ago, when people, they didn't have, refrigerators, they would put shiokara. Shiokara, I'm not a big fan of shiokara, no, yes. I have put shiokara at really the back of my mind. I can have it, but I'm not a big fan. Trek, see you soon. And I will do probably a private live stream next week, so see you then too. Kusaya, it's like, I don't remember how they make it, but I know they let it ferment, I think, for a few months, if not a year. So this is why it stinks so much. But the taste is not bad. It's strong, but not bad. And it goes well with sake or beer, right? But it's like, in old times, they would keep the fish in barrels with salt, right? And it didn't even have that super strong taste, but it's this kind of, I think it was to preserve the fruit that they used to prepare it like that. But kusaya is can be really surprising, I think, because we have stinky fromage cheeses in France, but that beats Munster, I think, a Munster cheese. Alors artichoke. Yes, how did the first person who ate artichoke found out about the heart of the artichoke, right? But in France, we eat artichoke, especially during the summer. We buy it fresh, we steam it, and we have it with dressing, for example. Like we take all the leaves one by one and eat that small bit of flesh, and then best part is the heart under all the hair, right? Alors, Naples. What are Naples? I don't remember. I know this word, right? The heart of. Yeah, you know, fermented. I told you about. There was this snack when I did the unboxing that reminded me of Nyok Mam. You know, that Vietnamese sauce. It's fish that they ferment for years and years, and then they extract the juice that comes out of it, right? But it doesn't smell that bad, right? Alors, voila, guys. I think yes, cactus. I had when I was working at the prefectural government in Wakayama. I had a Mexican colleague. She had a cactus, and sometimes she would make us some. I don't remember what she was making, but then you know she would cut some parts of the those. It's not thick leaves, right? And then she would be like, yeah, it will all the mimi, like the Mickey ears, right? Those cactuses, and she would be like, yeah, it will grow again, right? Voila, guys. I think that for that's about it. About the weird things that I've had. It would make one day I will go again, to Shimbashi and try one of those eateries when I have the energy. Now it's good because this week I've been detoxing a little bit, so maybe next week we can do some food hunt. At the latest, I will see you on Sunday because I will be in Fukushima. There is I think it's some lantern festival, something like that. I got the information, but I've been so busy. I will check out the schedule and let you know in advance on Saturday at about what time that live stream will be, okay? For the tasting, the unboxing, either tonight or tomorrow, end of morning or noon, but probably tomorrow. And as I was saying, guys, I have to make I have the concept for the 3 languages classes. I'm going to make short videos. I should do it like real soon, but when I start, you will have uploads of Japanese, French, English words twice a week. Voila, this is how I'm going to do it. I think it will be, I don't know if it's better to do this, for example, on Tuesdays and every Tuesday and Friday, so that you get words before the weekend, or do I start the week with, it's not very important maybe the days, not sure. If you have any recommendation, or maybe I will ask you that question. Alors, what do I eat for breakfast? Also, what I try to do for dinner, if I have a big lunch, is that I will eat a salad, right? Well, you know that, yeah. What I have for breakfast usually is I have fruits, or one fruit with bread. bread with butter because I love butter or honey. What I do, I'm going to start doing very soon. I should make a short live stream about this to boost my immune system. Also good for joints and body inflammations. I will explain all about this. There is I also drink hot water first thing in the morning every day, guys, because awakens your digestive system. You know that, I think, but I do this every morning before having breakfast. Voila. No, she's allergic to salad. Wow, you're like my friend. I have a friend who would say French friend. He would be like, shall I make a salad? He would be like, I'm not a cow. I don't eat salad. You know, worse than me. Start of the week, so Mondays and Fridays. I can do Mondays and Fridays. And then every 2 months we do a quiz with rewards. That's the plan, guys. Have you seen that I have to make a live stream about the eco bags and the t-shirts and also the Patreon parcels? I will do that very soon. That's on the menu too. But the lessons, I was thinking also that Monday might be good. Are you in for having those videos every Monday and Friday? Who's drunk? Salad is the food of my food. That's a good one. Oh my god. This is yes? Okay, you agree? Thank you, guys. So Mondays and Fridays. It will be short lessons to start with, and so I can make a lot. And then when it gets more complicated, maybe it will be a little bit longer. But I hope you will come to my restaurant if I open you want? Well, Cam, you will have to give me the information. I would love to try, especially poutine. I've heard about it, you know, the story, right, guys? That I was wondering why someone would talk to me about a politician when I was talking about food, right? Until many months later, a Canadian friend explained to me that poutine wasn't a person, but a dish, right? Voilà, meat R5 a day. Wow. Now, you know, also, it depends on the meat you eat because, especially for people who exercise a lot, poultry and especially chicken is good, right? And I eat a lot of chicken. And the babies too. They eat chicken every day. Sometimes they don't even want the chicken anymore. They're so spoiled. Voilà, guys. Merci beaucoup. I have to leave you now. We've been together for an hour and 10. That's good. I think it's getting a little bit cloudy, but I bet the temperature is not 27 anymore. It's probably down a little bit. Super nice because it's been so humid. Did you know that we had a heat wave right after the typhoon? It was so hot, guys. Like we had 35 or 6, something like that. So hot. We're like, is this still August? You know? Yes, I can. I can show you again. Up. Hi, Raka. Alors, attends. Hold on a sec, guys. You were watching John's live stream. I didn't mention. He mentioned a poster. My poster with poster. So what at Caldi? Was he at Caldi? Might be because guys, I have my products at Caldi, so maybe he recognized some of the products. I will have to check this out. Okay, wow, thank you. I have to send him a big kiss. I think he's traveling right now again, but Very nice of him. That's the thing. I can send you guys if you take one of the parcels here on Patreon. Just a reminder. Jason, talking about that. Have you tried the poulet basquez? No, if you had to try it, I think you would have told me. Voilà, guys. I'm going to leave you. I need to go and buy some stuff and then go back to work. I think the unboxing will probably high chances that it will be tomorrow, okay? I will do it from home, of course, so I will put a notification at least 2 hours in advance. If we do well on the quiz, we get Caldi. Or yes, you can get Caldi. I was thinking of starting with the Feed Jennifer Eco Bags. Did you know that we have tote bags, super nice tote bags? We will probably, it's easy to send the tote bags, so voilà. Gambarimashou in Japanese. Mani, would you mind asking me this question another time? Maybe, for example, when I do the Fukushima live stream, when we talk about those deep, themes, because I have to go. Sorry about that. Guys, merci beaucoup. I love you. It was nice hanging out with you. See you probably tomorrow for the unboxing, okay? And let's hope it is not going to be death by durian, okay? Voilà, merci beaucoup. Bisous. À bientôt. Thank you, Greenspan. Thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, yes, please subscribe, because I've realized that 60% of the people who watch the videos are not even subscribers. Please do so to help the channel grow. Voilà, merci beaucoup. Salut. À bientôt. Bye guys. Bye bye.